everyone, and welcome back to Ladies of Lavender. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and like to join the Ladies of Lavender family. So for today's video, we are going to talk about what exactly is in a tampon. What are the ingredients and what do those ingredients actually mean? But before we get into the video, I did want to remind all of you guys that Ladies of Lavender does have a Instagram, so make sure to go follow us at Ladies of Lavender. We post every single week to give you guys a heads up on what video we are posting for the week. And we have donations every other month. April, this month, is a donation month. So you want to make sure to follow us over there so you know how we're doing donations, where, when, all of that jazz. So make sure to go follow us over there. All right, let's get right into the video. I know that I've occasionally glanced at the back of a tampon box, but I've never actually thought about what those ingredients actually are and how they affect my body and the tampon itself. So we're going to go over that today. But before we get into the ingredients, I want to take a look at the actual tampon. So today we're going to focus on the brand Tampax. So this is what a Tampax tampon looks like. It literally just kind of looks like a piece of cotton, and then it has that string at the end. All right, so let's get into the ingredients. I'm just gonna say, like, disclaimer, all of these things are either like materials or chemicals, and I'm not great at pronouncing chemicals, so I'm going to have them up on the screen, but if I say it wrong, so sorry, I'm trying my best, bear with me. So the first material found in tampons is rayon and cotton. So these first two ingredients are basically the fibers that help absorb and retain fluid. The second ingredient is polypropylene, which are basically fibers that help channel fluid back to the core of the tampon. The third ingredient is polyethylene, and that ingredient helps with the smooth removal of the tampon. The next ingredient is polyester, and that's the thread that actually sews the tampon together. The next one is glycerin, which is the coating that helps fibers wick fluid. The next one is paraffin, and it's a wax that helps keep the string of the tampon clean. The next material is I'm not going to try saying that again. Fatty acid ethers and PEG 100 ceterate. And that is the coating that helps the fibers wick fluid. And lastly, there is titanium dioxide, and that makes the threads look wider. So from what I could gather from my research, Tampax does not use any kind of elemental bleaching in their tampons, which is really, really good. And we know that each tampon from Tampax, at least, will usually come with a plastic applicator. So now that we know what materials and chemicals are used in tampons, I want to take a look into how those materials are actually approved. Tampons are cleared by the FDA or the Food and Drug Administration. That does not mean that tampons are food or drugs, meaning that all tampons you find on the shelf have been cleared by the FDA, including Tampax. To be approved, manufacturers have to submit some data, including results of testing, and they test materials found in their tampons. This includes tampon absorbency, strength, integrity, and if the tampons can enhance growth of harmful bacteria or change the bacterial level in the vagina. All of these tests help the FDA determine if these tampons are safe to use. Alright, so now that we've talked about that, let's go back to tampons. So we know how many chemicals and materials are found in a regular Tampax Pearl tampon. But what about the tampons that are advertised as being healthier or cleaner? Now I want to take a look into Tampax's Pure brand, which is advertised as being almost like a simpler, cleaner, more eco-friendly version of their normal tampon. So Tampax says that the Pure brand only has 6 out of the 10 chemicals that I listed earlier. And they also have a 100% cotton core. But does that make it any better than the normal tampons? Let me know what you think down below. I think it's also important to add that a lot of different tampon companies sometimes try to advertise their tampons as being a little bit more eco-friendly, like kind of like the Pure brand, where they say that their products are purer by using better materials or less chemicals. But that doesn't mean that they're any better for the environment. One regular tampon will take between 500 to 1,000 years to decompose or break down back into the environment. And the plastic applicator with most tampons can't biodegrade. And that includes cardboard applicators that are used with some tampons. Now, I don't say any of this to discourage you from using tampons, because you should do what is best for your body and your financial situation. We did this video because one of our awesome subscribers asked a question about the ingredients in tampons. And personally, I thought that this would be a really important topic to talk about. Again, at first glance, a tampon just looks like a normal piece of cotton, but it's so interesting that there's so many different things going on. It's really important that we think about what we're putting inside our bodies, because it affects our bodies, and eventually, like a tampon, it'll affect the environment. But beyond all of that, it's just really interesting to learn about this kind of stuff. If you have any questions about today's video or any period-related questions in general, you can send us an email at ladiesoflavender20@gmail.com. You could send us a DM on Instagram at Ladies of Lavender, or you could leave a comment down below. Just keep in mind that we aren't health professionals, and there are definitely some questions that we can't answer. So because of that, we really recommend that you chat with a parent, guardian, and doctor. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys next week.
I've been looking for an answer in your inner eye. I've been